What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Few. I'm Stone Mason. Paul's here, and we are here to talk about that Rams and Cardinals game once again. Except this time, we're going to focus on one specific person, and that person is Kyler Murray. And we kind of want to go through that first half a little bit on what he had. It was a pretty miserable first half. He had 7 of 17 completions and 23 yards, and he kind of showed that he might possibly be overrated? Question marks everywhere. You can put the question marks around my head right now. Is he overrated? Well, I mean, the Rams defense is really good, and the Rams came out and they changed their defensive scheme last second, pretty much. Well, not last second, but like kind of throw things off. And I'm sure the Cardinals probably game plan for them to play that soft coverage they've been playing all year, and they didn't do that. So
Mm,
Kyler, probably studied for something all week, and probably they just had this new defense, so he didn't really know what to do, didn't know how to go through the reads, and it paid dividends in that first half. I don't know if you guys got anything to say more about anything in that game that maybe points to him being overrated and if he can bounce back next year.
Paul, you got something to say?
I was gonna wait for you.
All right,
You
I'll
guys
go
are
real
kind.
quick. Yeah, you're nice, buddy. No.
No,
So
no worries.
Ky-
I like
Kyler
having the
Murray,
last word.
he's good, right? He's a leader on that team. He's obviously the franchise quarterback for that team. Cliff Kingsbury and him have done something special in the time that they've had together. That being said, Kyler Murray he's got work to do. Okay, he's young. He had overall after everything that happened, he missed 3 games this year. Um, his season wasn't even that bad. You can't even say he had a bad season. After DeAndre Hopkins went out, that Cardinals offense has just been decimated. It seems like there's no other true number one receiver on that team. There's nobody else built to be number one receiver. You could argue AJ Green was there. He should have been picking up some slack. Dude, he got drilled by Nick Scott last night. Couldn't hold on to the ball. That led to a pick six for a touchdown. Um, there's nothing great that Kyler Murray is doing to prove that he is an elite quarterback right now. Uh, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say. I think he's struggling, and I think him being like 5'8". I know it says he's like 5'11", but I really think he's like 5'8". He has such a hard time seeing over that offensive line, and that's not even a joke. Like I'm 5'8". If I was back there, I would not be able to see over guys that are 6'4", over 6 foot tall even. It's really hard. He has to get out of the pocket. The Rams knew that. The Rams know Kyler Murray. So what they do, they just put pressure on him. They didn't let him get out of the pocket. And if Kyler Murray can't get out of the pocket, then he's not going to have a successful game, especially against the Rams. That's all I got to say.
I have one question for both of you guys.
Yeah.
Do you know what type of offense Texas Tech likes to run?
I do not, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's the one where they just launch the ball downfield every single game. But
Well,
that's just me
if
basing it
you're
off
going to
of when
talk
they had
about
Patty Mahomes.
Cliff
It's
Kingsbury, Cliff Kingsbury
it's a
had Patrick
version
Mahomes, and he couldn't do anything with Patrick Mahomes. So,
They
it's
went
it's a
negative eight.
version of the spread offense called the air raid. Typically, you have one running back and you have four wide receivers. And I don't know if you guys follow college football as much as I do, or if whoever's watching this does. Um, but you never hear of Texas Tech being a team that's going to make a national championship run. But they produce quarterbacks like Kyler Murray, who he played 1 year under Cliff Kingsbury at Texas Tech. You have Patrick Mahomes, who was a 4,000, 5,000 yard passer. I
don't
forget one
forget
of the
Graham
other
Harrell.
guys. That's the one I was just thinking of, Graham Harrell, another 5,000 yard passer at Texas Tech. That's the type of offense that is known, and that's the type of offense that Cliff Kingsbury brought to Arizona. That's his kind of, I guess, specific offense that he likes to run. But that doesn't necessarily work in the NFL. I'm not saying that Kyler Murray is an elite quarterback. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's a young quarterback that needs a good coach surrounding him, teaching him how to be an NFL quarterback, not a
Yeah.
collegiate coach coming in trying to run the same type of offense that they did in college, where you're playing against 19 to 22-year-old boys, basically. You're playing in a league now that's obviously the top tier. It's the NFL for a reason. You have teams that know how to shut down Bill Belichick, for instance. He's been a defensive guru almost his entire coaching career.
Yeah.
You don't think he knows how to shut down an air raid offense? You don't like. To me, that's the biggest thing. That's the reason why the Arizona Cardinals were let down last year. That's why they were let down this year. I believe it has more to do with the system that they run rather than Kyler Murray himself. Like you said, though, he's a young quarterback, and I think he needs to learn how to be a professional quarterback. He likes to rely on getting out of the pocket. He likes to rely on running more than he does passing sometimes. And we've seen this year that he's trying to adapt. He's not trying to run as much as what he used to. I know you talked about it early in the season, Mason, where you said that he wasn't going to have the same number of attempts as he had last year running the ball. And we've seen that. He started to try to pass more. He tried to go through his progressions, make his reads. But that's something that he has to learn how to become, a passing quarterback of a smaller stature like Drew Brees. He has to learn how to be mental about it rather than rely on his physical traits in order to get the job done. I think that he will be a good quarterback. I think he is a good quarterback now, but I just don't think him and Cliff Kingsbury are a good match for each other. And I think that's really where a lot of the problems lie with Arizona.
I like your take on that.
Yeah,
I think
I really like that take. That's a really good thinking process there, because Cliff Kingsbury, in my opinion, since he's been in the league, I haven't really liked him. I never really have. And, you know, a lot of people like to put the blame on the players and stuff, but in reality, it probably is the system. And Kyler Murray, like, I've been saying, like, he's overrated all year because everyone always had him in, like, the top 5 of MVP conversations. And I was like, okay, there's just no shot. So I was putting all this blame on Kyler Murray when it really should be on the system. Because, I mean, Kyler Murray, like, he has all the talent to be an elite quarterback in this league. I just don't like his decision making at times, and his, like, sometimes he's inaccurate with his balls. So, but other times he's really accurate and really good with his decision making. So he's just right in that middle ground. But with better coaching, with a better offensive system, I think that Kyler Murray will have more success. But the problem is, they had a successful year, and they had Kyler Murray hurt for a while and DeAndre Hopkins hurt for a while. So everyone's going to be like, okay, they were fine. They just had injury problems, and that's why they went bad. Cliff Kingsbury is going to be back next year with the exact same system. And defenses are just going to continue to figure that stuff out. So I don't know. I don't think much is going to change next year. I think it might be something that we see in a couple years type situation. But then again, Kyler Murray is still going to grow and get a little better. So I don't know. We'll see how he does next year. Any other takes on this before we head out of here from you guys?
No, I think that wraps it up completely.
All right, sounds good. So if you guys enjoyed the video, like it, smash that like button, because Kyler Murray is not overrated. Yeah, it's just the system that he plays in. Comment down below what you think about the Kyler Murray situation in Arizona, if they're going to be as good as they were this year. And subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed today's video. We post videos like this each and every single day. And if you guys missed it already, we had a Rams and Cardinals video breakdown before this. Mason, the Rams fan, obviously was going in on this Rams. So yeah,
so excited.
Go check it out. It'll be in the outro screen here just in a few seconds. But before we get to that outro screen, I'm going to give thanks to Mason. He's going to break us out of here, as he always does.
Fantasy Few out, baby. Let's go.